911, what's the location of your emergency? What's on the emergency?
Hey, where's your wife at, bud? Where's your wife at?
She's dead on the floor in that room. She shot me in the neck. She ran into the backyard. I tried to follow her. She jumped the fence and ran.
On March 19, 2024, a distress call came into emergency dispatchers from Brandon, Mississippi. The caller, a 39-year-old man named Heath Smyle, spoke with fear. He was in tears, his voice trembling as he pleaded for help. When the 911 dispatcher answered, Heath immediately reported, "She tried to kill me, and my wife is dead." Realizing the urgency, the dispatcher quickly grasped the gravity of the situation and asked what had happened. The dispatcher gathered as much information as possible until they reached the location.
Your daughter tried to shoot you? Yeah, she ran over shooting at me.
When the dispatcher arrived,
Sheriff's office! Sheriff's office!
Heath met them at the door, shaken and bleeding from a gunshot wound to his shoulder. He said he had managed to wrestle the weapon away before Carly fled. Heath was in a panic, crying and shaking, his words tumbling out. The dispatcher asked for the whole scenario.
Hey, I need you to talk to me. What is your son wearing?
He was in jeans and a grayish t-shirt. She's got short, brownish hair.
So, jeans, a gray t-shirt, short brown hair.
She ran into the backyard. I tried to follow her. She jumped the fence and ran. She shot me in the neck. It's okay.
Does she still have the gun?
It's on the kitchen counter. I think.
Heath explained that his stepdaughter, Carly Gregg, shot her mother and tried to shoot him too, but he snatched the gun from her and she ran away through the backyard.
He's great, but he's 10-2. It went through his shirt.
You got me right there.
Magnolia Place, that gave the son of injury.
She went over the side back towards my vehicle. She might have looked around this way.
Might look back, going back towards the pond right there.
When the forensic team arrived, they found Ashley lying unresponsive on the floor of Carly's room, struck multiple times. The officers first searched for the gun placed on the kitchen counter and then attended to his wife, who had been shot. The search for Carly began immediately. Officers spread out, scanning nearby roads and fields. Before long, a deputy spotted a young girl walking quietly along a roadside. When asked about the shooting, she calmly admitted to it. She was handcuffed and taken into custody without a struggle.
Step out real quick for me. All right. Hey, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to move all around to the front of you, okay? I'm going to move the handcuffs around to the front of you. Okay.
Then he informed his colleague. Officers asked her some questions and sprinkled a powder over her hands to check for traces that might reveal if she recently fired a gun. They noticed how she asked about her stepfather. The officers continued their investigation, and inside the house, they saw the security cameras, which would be key to uncovering the true incident. As the investigation proceeded through the footage, the officers saw the full story. It was truly terrible. Carly and her mother, Ashley, came home from school, entering the house normally. Shortly after, Carly was seen retrieving a handgun from her parents' bedroom. She tucked it behind her back and walked purposefully toward her own room, where Ashley was resting, unaware of what her daughter was about to do. After the shooting, Carly didn't panic. Instead, she texted Heath, pretending to be her mother, asking when he would return home. She also messaged a friend, inviting him to see what she had done. According to testimony, she even showed classmates her mother's body during video calls. Carly Madison Gregg was born in April 2009 to Ashley and Kevin Gregg, who married in 2005 but later parted ways, leaving Carly to be raised primarily by her devoted mother. In 2012, she briefly became a big sister when her younger sister, Natalie, was born. Tragically, Natalie passed away at just 18 months old. The shock deepened as investigators uncovered more. Carly's friends told detectives that Ashley had recently discovered Carly vaping and experimenting with marijuana. There were also hints of deeper struggles in journals describing sadness, anger, and even hearing voices. She had a history of self-harm and was being treated for depression and anxiety. Therapy sessions and medication had begun just months before the incident. According to doctors, Carly sometimes felt the drugs made her restless and detached. She reportedly carried guilt and tension from home life and past family events, including her parents' separation and the loss of a younger sibling. In the ensuing trial, the prosecution portrayed her as calculating and cold-blooded, while the defense argued she was mentally unwell, citing psychiatric testimony about depression, hallucinations, self-harm, and the effects of her medications. A jury ultimately found her guilty on all counts: first-degree murder, attempted murder, and evidence tampering. She was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole.
All right, the verdicts appear to be in proper form. Verdict of the jury is count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. Count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of attempted murder as charged in the indictment. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in the indictment. Please be seated, Ms. Gregg. Ladies and gentlemen, the jury is custom for the court to poll the jury. I have to do it each time. And for each count, I'm not being rude. The quickest way for me to get through this is to simply point at you and you answer out loud. As to count 1, we, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. Beginning on the first row, ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict? Yes, sir. Ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? You got to answer out loud, ma'am. I'm sorry. Yes. On the back row, sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? That verdict is proper and unanimous. As to count 2, we, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of attempted murder as charged in the indictment. Beginning on the first row, ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict? Ma'am, is that your verdict? Sir, is that your verdict?
And that was today's case. Truth, lies, or just another unsolved mystery? What do you think? Tell us in the comments below. If you liked this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because Crime Tales will keep bringing you real crimes, real stories, where every clue hides a secret. See you in the next case. Till then, stay curious, stay safe.